Hello everyone, thanks for joining us here on Horizon. Well, Oklahoma's economy runs on energy. More than 340,000 Oklahomans work in the energy industry, earning wages dramatically higher than the state's median income. Yet there are concerns about the future of what that workforce may look like. Joining me now is our Andy Barth.
That's right, Rob. While there is a healthy number of energy workers in the industry, many of those workers are looking toward retirement, leaving positions open and concerns about qualified workers. And with America racing toward energy independence, some fear our up-and-coming workforce isn't ready. From wind turbines to underground drilling, America is establishing itself as the leader in the global energy industry.
Right now, we're leading an energy revolution. The U.S. will be energy independent by 2020.
A goal that Continental Resources' Jeff Hume says has job potential springing up.
What it's sprung is the petrochemical industry is exploding right now. There's around $95 to $100 billion worth of projects on new plants.
Leaving the industry in need of workers with the right skills.
It does take a person with a good technical background, good solid math, good computer skills.
I would tell kids there's a huge future here. This is not a dying industry. If anything, it's enjoying a rebirth.
ITC Transmission is a Kansas-based company that's expanding into Oklahoma. And its president, Christine Schmidt, says while the industry is growing, its workforce is not.
We're seeing more and more retirements coming up of legacy knowledge leaving our operations. So our frontline technicians, our frontline construction workers, etc., welders, they're all starting to retire, and we're needing more and more young people to go into those type of skilled positions. But more importantly, they have to bring that technology capability.
But many in the industry worry that a growing skills gap between what companies need and what employees offer could threaten future expansion.
What you're seeing is a lot of industry is just having to train themselves. So we'll bring people in and just have to train them themselves.
And it's a problem that Schmidt says can be solved with early STEM education.
We see the biggest challenge is making sure we're getting young people into the maths, the sciences, the engineering and technology curriculum, and then actually coming into the energy space. We're seeing a challenge of kids entering that field, and we really need to do more to create incentives to bring those kids into these programs.
And at Continental Resources, there is a wide range of job availability, from field to desk work.
The well site, we're needing people with mechanical skills that can get out there, that also understands computers. In the office, we need a tremendous amount of technical support, drafting, just the whole realm of that of technical ability we're needing as a company.
And Hume says for young workers with the right skills, America's energy industry is the place to be.
So all of this manufacturing is going to be open. So for young people to get into the industry right now, in the petrochem industry or the oil and gas industry or manufacturing, just in plain old manufacturing, come up with ideas for new tools and technology, it's going to be happening in the United States in the future, not in some foreign country.
Well, now in terms of job growth, Oklahoma's energy industry is #2 in the nation, trailing to only North Dakota. And as innovations and technologies continue to surface, Oklahoma's job growth is expected to rise.
So how lucrative can some of these careers in oil and gas, how lucrative can they be?
Well, Rob, there's certainly money to be made in the energy industry, and depending where workers are in that industry, some people in the field are making up to six-figure salaries.
Certainly not a bad occupation. Thank you so much, Andy. Now, when we return, I'll sit down with Oklahoma's Secretary of Energy and the Environment, Michael Teague.